I can actually see you drink the beer live now.
So now you know, you already know.
Yep.
And I just got the alert on the trusty yet dusty iPhone
Okay.
that we are live. Dear Vince Podcast, episode 16. Who are you? It's Beer Drink. Here with the wrestling mastermind himself, Mr. George Kennebrew. How you doing, man?
Baby, as the nature boy Ric Flair used to say, mean by God Gene, we are live and in living color.
For
Woo!
sure. We are live, man, and it's been a minute. It's been around 2 weeks. We had a bunch of stuff going on
Yeah.
between the both of us. We were actually going to do the podcast last night. I was so damn drained that I passed. I
Dude,
passed out. I
me
passed the
too.
fuck out.
Me too, man.
I
Me too,
passed
man.
out. Shout out Dilbert though for being in the comments already, man. We about to talk some good wrestling shit. We're gonna talk mainly. I'm thinking this one, as you see in the title. I'm thinking mainly just stick to the AEW
Yeah, man.
coming up next week.
Yeah,
You watched NXT though, didn't you?
yeah, I did. I did.
So we got to touch on NXT.
Yeah,
because
man.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
and I'm definitely gonna touch on that like right now. But let me just say before I get to NXT that professional wrestling fans, Dear Vince podcast fans, the wait is over. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Me and my partner, AG, aka Beer Drink Shawty, we've been talking about this on DVP for the past couple of months, and now it's finally here. The Wednesday Night Wars, the Wrestling Wars Part 2.
Yes, sir.
20-something years in the making is finally here, and it's going to start next week. We got WWE SmackDown Friday nights now. We got NXT officially on USA for 2 hours next week, although they've already got a head start. We've got, of course, All Elite Wrestling Dynamite. Thank God they finally came up with a name for the show, so it is now officially Dynamite. So that's going to be jumping off next week as well, Wednesday night, 8 o'clock on TNT. Make sure y'all don't miss it. And I don't know if you got word of this or not, AG, but Impact is actually going to be back in the fold on Tuesdays on Access TV. Of course, me being the wrestling mastermind that I am, and being that I always do my homework, I've been reading up these past few days on the internet that Impact Wrestling just signed a brand spanking new TV deal with Access TV. Apparently how it went is that the people at Anthem have bought out Access TV.
I think Access TV left my cable provider, man. Damn it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they left my cable provider because I was always watching Jay Lethal. We got a fucking Jay Lethal fan in Dilbert though. That's what's up. But
yeah.
I'm already liking this way better, man. Shit, we can do the podcast and actually have some feed. Like my thing, like I said, I know this was kind of impromptu. We just came. We haven't been on in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
but we're back. With absolutely no heads up. Sorry about that. But like I said, next week, I mean, we could do a bunch of promoting of the next episode, and it's gonna be just like this. We're gonna have it fucking crazy up here. Questions, and to be totally honest, as we get into it, if anyone in the stream or watching the stream wants to be part of the podcast, only if you have something not constructive, it doesn't have to be constructive, even if you have something ignorant to say. If you want to be a part of it, all you got to do is say something in the comment section. We'll drop a link and let you in. Gorilla Strong, what's up, man? What's cracking, Gorilla Strong? You normally pull up over there to my other one. That's crazy.
They coming in here, man. This is great. You know,
that's what's up.
Yeah. So let's go. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right on in to NXT on USA, because obviously you want to know about it. So this week we had, as the feature bout, Matt Riddle versus Killian Dane in the street fight. Only this time it had some stakes to it. The winner of this match gets the number one contender spot for the NXT World Championship against Adam Cole, baby. And picking up where we left off last week, going into this past Wednesday, of course, for those of y'all that saw it, the second hour on WWE Network, you would know that last week's contest between Riddle and Dane ended in a no contest because a huge melee broke out backstage, and the talent that were backstage that witnessed Matt Riddle and Killian Dane try to tear each other's heads off were like, oh, it's a fight going on. I think I need to get up in this. So it was just like a domino effect. I mean, one after the other. And the next thing you know, it was a complete chaos and mayhem in the NXT arena. And that's how we left off last week. Now we fast forward to this week. I feel like AG this week was even better than last week because we got double our money's worth. Because not only did Riddle and Dane up the ante in the chaos, but we actually got a decisive winner this go round. And I'm glad that Matt Riddle was able to finally take down Killian Dane. I really loved, how the match, kind of started off. It was more so kind of a flow type deal. They started off, just with the traditional chain wrestling, and then they transitioned on into the carnage and took it outside and backstage, and then they eventually worked their way back into the ring, which saw Matt Riddle in the end submit Killian Dane, which I thought was a very creative finish. I don't think, if my calculations are correct, Killian Dane has ever been submitted in NXT. So I think that was a good way to put Matt Riddle over. Of course, we know his MMA background. We know he's very, very efficient with his submissions, as with his bro mission. But here's the twist. He didn't submit Dane with the bro mission. He actually submitted Dane with a hyper-extended version of the Fujiwara armbar. And for those of y'all that know what the Fujiwara armbar is, for all of my real hardcore wrestling fans out there, you would know how lethal of a move that is. So, like I said, I really love the finish of that match. I think both men benefited greatly from this. Even Killian Dane in defeat, he got a lot of offense on. Matt Riddle looked really strong when he took control of the match. And I just loved, the whole entire thing, man. I think it was a great way to end off that first hour on the USA Network and go right on in to the second hour on WWE Network. And I love the little wrinkle of Adam Cole coming out and kind of,
because he gets a title shot for winning that match, right?
Yes, he does.
Okay, that's the only thing. Because, like I said, I missed NXT and I was really pissed off. But I had a question. I saw the first NXT on was it USA, and it was a good episode. It was a good episode, and as you know, I'm not that huge of a fan of female wrestling, but that first match was a fucking barn burner. That match was fucking great. Was it like a 4-way dance or some shit like that? I know it wasn't a singles match or tag. It was like I think it was 4 or 5. It was some crazy shit. But that was a great match. But what I want to ask you is, do you think that WWE, in a way, I mean, like, we all know that they're in competition with AEW coming up, as well as TNA on Tuesdays, I believe. But you know what I'm saying, just as a whole, as far as having a wrestling show on a weekly basis on a big platform, do you think that they're either one, cocky for only having an hour show, or stupid for not just putting the whole 2 hours in the show? Or do you think it's just a thing to where they just didn't have enough time to give them the 2 hour spot?
Well,
because I kind of found that weird to like, and I understand it's kind of like giving a teaser and kind of giving like a, you know what, you can peep the rest of this shit on the network if you're not already, subscribed to it type of deal. But like, what do you think that's all about?
I actually think that it has to do again what we've been saying all these months long about the AEW effect, because I mean this is pretty much where this whole experiment came from in the first place, is with All Elite Wrestling. I mean, when we first got word that NXT was going on USA, we were like, what? Like, why the hell are they putting NXT on USA now? I mean, it's good. I mean, it's something that us as, hardcore wrestling fans, have been clamoring for a long time, but we just never thought that, it would be this early. But as soon as WWE got word that AEW was going to debut on TNT, they were like, Triple H, Vince McMahon, all of those guys, they were like,
they threw their name in the hat. They threw their name right in the hat. And shout out to Gorilla Strong for his input. He said it was because of prior agreements with the show in that second hour. So it was already in place by USA.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that is dope. It is what it is. But the one thing that I do like is the fact, shout out Shawnee Mac, man. Shout out Shawnee Mac, man. We having a lot of people that pull up to the
we appreciate y'all.
Yeah, that's what's
we
up.
appreciate y'all dropping in, man. And for those of y'all that don't know, I am the wrestling mastermind, George Kennebrew. So any questions that you want to ask me, feel free. I love interacting, with people or whatever. I don't know everything, but I will tell y'all everything that I know from my own personal.
You know everything. Fuck the bullshit. Don't say you don't know everything. Look, you know everything for the fact that you got it all in there, but at the same time, you also got Google. So fuck that. You didn't Google shit. All you got to do is type that bitch like this. And yeah, man, type that bitch. And then fuck. Facts are facts. I don't care. A fact is a fact if it's coming out of my fucking neck. I don't give a damn. Shout out Shawnee Mac saying wrestling is gay, but I'm still pulling up. As long as you pull up, that is what it is. But I bet you were a wrestling fan at some point in your life.
Of course.
Because your name is Sean and not Shauna.
Let me tell you something, Shawnee Mac. Like, I mean,
rugged Ronnie Garvin.
Whatever you want to, I mean, Shawnee, however you want to flip it or whatever, you could say wrestling's gay or whatever the case may be. But the bottom line is wrestling has had, like my partner just said, wrestling has had some type of effect on your life.
Oh yeah, everybody.
Especially back in the 90s, because I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Professional sports like football and basketball and stuff, nobody wasn't watching that shit back in the 90s. They were watching wrestling, and so were you, Shawnee Mac. And I guarantee you this too. When next week comes around, and you start seeing all of these wrestling programs on your cable provider or whatever the case may be, you're gonna get curious. You're gonna get curious, and you're gonna be like, no, I don't watch wrestling anymore. But let me take a look at this.
No, how about we issue a challenge to the homie Shawnee Mac, and shout out Shawnee Mac for the fucking production, making beats and all that as well. But you know what? Let's give out a challenge to Shawnee Mac.
Okay.
Next Wednesday on TNT, there's a wrestling show by a new wrestling company by the name of AEW. The name of the show is Dynamite. Check that show out and then tell me how gay wrestling is. Straight up, you're gonna love it. It's entertainment. I always look.
I could see the comments. I could see the comments right now. It's just gonna be nothing but dots. It's just gonna be like dot. I promise you.
And this is what we were in reference to. I didn't even know we could do that. But yeah, Shawnee Mac, wrestling is gay, but he loved pulling up. It is what it is. Shawnee Mac always fucking pulling up and always.
We appreciate you, Sean.
That team shit pig shit.
We appreciate you, man.
What do you think? Okay, we're still on NXT.
Yeah, we're still on it. But the match you were talking about, the women's match, are you talking about
the first match? The first
Dakota,
match.
Oh yeah, Dakota Kai and what's her name? Tainara Conti, I believe her name is.
It was more than them though, right? Wasn't it like 4 women?
Oh boy, you way off. You talking about
that wasn't the
last
first
week. No, that was
last week. That's what I was saying. I missed this week, but I was saying that I'm not a fan of women's wrestling.
I got you.
The first match, because that's what I hit you. You remember when I text you? I'm like, yo, you know how I hate women's wrestling? The first match of this fucking shit was fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, because that's the elite that you had. I mean, you got Bianca Belair, you got Candice LeRae, You got oh crap. Hold on. Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae. Oh yeah, it's Io Shirai and
yeah, I remember Io Shirai.
Oh crap. It's one more.
The blonde one, or was that was Cam?
That was Candice LeRae.
Yeah.
Hold on, Candice LeRae, Bianca Belair, Io Shirai.
Let me see if I can do a fact check with the laptop. Like I told you, I don't have the MacBook right now, but
golly, last week's episode already went over my head.
It may explode, folks. I'm not on the fucking MacBook. I'm on the laptop, man. I'd be scared to do anything other than what the fuck I'm doing.
Hold on, was it Rhea? No, it wasn't Rhea Ripley. Was the fourth one? It wasn't Rhea Ripley.
No, Rhea Ripley wasn't on it because I know her, like she's the kind of like she's Diesel, right? She's kind of ripped. Wow, Ripley. What? No pun intended. That was corny as fuck. Rhea Ripley. No, yeah, Rhea Ripley kind of I like her.
That's a good call. That's a good call right there, AG. This dude said Diesel. Oh man,
I'm the last person to use Diesel. She ghetto fabulous, but she cool. Yeah, Rhea Ripley fire.
Who is the fourth chick in that match?
Gorilla Strong. Do you know who the fourth chick was in that match? You watch wrestling. Truthfully, Gorilla Strong, I know that we talked a bit about wrestling. It was funny. He brought out a Vader thing in the last one, and I think it was a Stan Hansen thing. Yeah, when he popped his eye out, and I was like,
let me go to the
celly. Yeah, go ahead and
let me go to the celly and see who this fourth chick was. Oh my gosh!
You do the fact check. I'm gonna check out these comments. I heard that AEW is allegedly supposed to be lit. I will check. Yeah, definitely Shawnee Mac. Check out. Yeah, Bianca is fire. But Shawnee, definitely check out AEW next week. I ain't never watched wrestling, but words. Damn, he said I got him fucked up. So you really ain't never watched. So you ain't never fucked with wrestling. That's crazy. I don't believe you, Sean. I don't believe you. But yeah, wrestling definitely is a fucking staple in pop culture. It kind of went away in the 2000s, like kind of when I left. But let me see.
Oh man. See, this is ridiculous. Like
Gorilla Strong, real quick. Who's your favorite wrestler right now, currently active? It's not coming up, George?
No, it is. I'm just looking for the right results.
Switch it up some.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the right results because it's giving me all different types of results here. And it's a well-known women's wrestler too.
It was the first match of last one. Let me see. No, I'll let you do it because, like I said, I'm on the laptop, so I don't want to damn explode. Gorilla Strong, really a wrestling fan. He said his favorite current wrestler now is Walter. So he's all about NXT. That's what's up.
That's a good choice. That's a good choice right there.
Muddy G said Rocky King is his uncle. I was trying to get an interview with Rocky King.
Yeah, I remember you told me that.
Yeah, I was trying to get an interview with Rocky King. He a real cool dude, though. I watched the documentary. Did you ever watch that documentary that I sent you or no?
I actually got I got maybe about 5-10 minutes into it. But it was good, but it was definitely good though. Let's see. See, this is ridiculous. Like, see, this is how much, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Mia Yim. That's who it was. Okay, so back to what I was saying about this women's match. And thank you, AG, for coming in and keeping the offense going.
Definitely.
After that slight brain fart that I had.
It is. Like I said, that's what it's all about, man. You fact checking. I'm keeping the fucking boat rolling. It is. What it is. What do you do,
man. That's what we do here at DVP, man. We watch each other's back. But going back to what you were saying about that women's match between LeRae, Bianca Belair, Io Shirai, and Mia Yim, that was a motherfucking barn burner. Like, you're right. Those chicks definitely tore up shop.
They killed it.
It was very unpredictable. I kind of had a favorite in that match, but at
Mhm.
the same time, I still wanted to leave my mind open because I really narrowed it down to two people. I said
Mhm.
it was either going to be Io Shirai or Candice LeRae. The reason why I said Io Shirai is because even though Io has had like 2 or 3 opportunities at the championship, I was
Mhm.
saying for the simple fact that even though she is a heel, she's still one of the hottest heels in the NXT women's division, just in
Mhm.
terms of the heat that she gets, the way she's just been able to completely reinvent herself as a character, and just in the way that she's been winning her matches, like, impressively. I'm
Mhm.
like, how could you not push her?
Yeah.
Because I knew that. Well, I'm not gonna say that I knew, but I just felt like those other 3 women, like Gim, Belair, and well, yeah, basically Yim and Belair. I was thinking, they need a little bit more. They need a little bit more time to develop to get back to that point.
Mhm.
But as far as I felt like who was ready and who I could actually see taking the title off of Shayna, it was either
Mhm.
going to be Io or Candice. But
Yeah.
in the back of my mind, when I really narrowed it down, like, completely, I was like, it's a possibility Candice could go over here because it almost seems like it was inevitable. Because, you know, even leading up to that last takeover when
Mhm.
Baszler fought Yim, I think I was telling you that I wouldn't be surprised if Shayna dropped the belt to Yim. But at the same time, I felt like Yim is still fairly new and she's still kind of raw,
Mhm.
especially with her promo skills. Now her in ring ability, that's second to none. Like, she's had that down pat ever since she was on the Indies, even going back to her days in Impact when she was a part of the I think it was called the Dollhouse with
Mhm.
I forget that girl's name, but yeah, her promo skills have never, quite got up to the level of her, performance skills as far as the wrestling is concerned. So I
Mhm.
think once Yim polishes up on that, I think she'll be ready, for a run with the NXT Women's Championship. Now, as far as Bianca Belair goes,
That's
I've
the only one.
always
That's the only one that I knew of as far as name. It was
yeah,
Bianca Belair. Yeah,
no,
I
and for
think
good
because
reason. That's
she's
a
the
good
most
reason.
established one in
For
NXT.
well, I wouldn't say she was the only established one. I would say her, LeRae, and
Yeah, LeRae,
probably
Candice LeRae. Was it Candice LeRae? I've
yeah,
heard that
Candice
name
LeRae.
too. I've heard that name. That was the name that was the name that I've actually heard of.
Basically Belair, LeRae, and Shirai were the
Mhm.
3 most established superstars in the NXT women's division.
Mhm.
Yim, she's still coming into her own because she's still kind of fresh off the Mae Young Classic. So
Mhm.
a lot of the, I guess the casual NXT fans don't really know who she is. Now,
Mhm.
me, of
That's
course,
me.
being a hardcore,
I'm a
you know,
casual NXT fan. I'm a casual NXT fan, especially when it comes to the women, man. Because
right,
that's what I said. Like I don't
right.
fuck with the women's wrestling, but that one really kind of changed my mind about it. Like I was like, oh damn, these motherfuckers is going.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
see, if you really like followed TNA up
Mhm.
until, like, that whole global wrestling bullshit with Jeff
Mhm.
Jarrett, and when they tried to rename TNA again after
Mhm.
that whole thing fell through, Mia Yim was a part of that. So
Mhm.
that's how I'm as familiar as I am with her, because she was a part of, that whole thing when TNA was going through all of these transitions and stuff, and then she
Mhm.
finally got the hell up out of there, and thus came to WWE and came to NXT by way of the Mae Young Classic. Matter of fact, she participated back to back years in the Mae Young Classic. She didn't get as far, but she
Mhm.
had some strong performances. And I think
Mhm.
those strong performances were strong enough to convince Triple H to sign her to a contract and fast forward, bring her to where she is now in NXT. But like I said, if she just polishes up her promo skills
But that's the thing though. When it come to, and you may hate it because, like I said, I know that you like. I'm gonna say you're fuck you. You're not like me when it comes to female wrestling. Like I'm really a dickhead as far as like fuck them. But like I said, that was a good match.
That's
but
why you're being straight shouted up.
Yeah, but the thing with me though, no woman in female wrestling has good mic skills. No woman cuts good promos in female wrestling. Like straight up, like Becky Lynch is getting there kind of, but it's still generic and doesn't come off as real to me. The last female that used to cut good promo skills, I think, was like Medusa, and they were super short and sweet. And
man, that's want to talk about going back in time.
Yeah, like no female can cut a promo.
AKA Alundra Blaze.
Yeah, exactly. AKA Alundra Blaze. No female can cut a clean. You know what's fucked up? And this is real. And I'm bold for saying it. Of every female wrestler, probably the worst female wrestler of all time cuts the best promos, and she's currently active right now for AEW, and her name is Brandy Rhodes. Have you watched the AEW shit?
Yes,
like building up the shows.
Yes,
like,
I have.
She's cutting the shit out of those promos, but I'm pretty sure she's practicing them, and I'm pretty sure someone wrote them or she wrote them beforehand. But she's I'm gonna give you
the secret.
Mm-hmm.
Cody.
But she's delivering the damn promo.
Look who her husband is. Look who her husband is. He ain't gonna let his woman go out like that. I mean, come on.
She can't wrestle worth a damn, but she's cutting the damn promo. But hey, real quick before, because like I said, I know we just touching on the NXT, and we're not gonna really talk too much about the WWE other than the Bray Wyatt Fiend thing. But I wanted to ask you something.
Oh, I know before I forget about it. Mm-hmm. To no end. About that.
I am, but we're gonna save that. We're gonna save that for after the AEW talk, and then we're gonna fucking rant on that. But I wanted to ask you something because we've been talking about TNA, and during TNA's like kind of peak, I kind of wasn't as big of a wrestling. I ain't gonna say I wasn't as big of a wrestling fan. I just wasn't actively watching it as much, and I wasn't watching TNA like that. But from what I've heard and looked up, EC3 was kind of a big deal in TNA. What the fuck are they doing? What are they doing with him now?
Let me tell you. Okay, so
what I saw of him, because I looked at him and then looked back at his NXT career, kind of looked kind of promising. But what? That's all I'm gonna say is like he
I think what ended up happening. I think what ended up happening with EC3, and God bless him. He's really, you want to talk about somebody that's really got the short end of the purse money. Ethan Carter III, aka EC3, is the prime subject of that whole deal. But I think what ended up happening with EC3 is that when he first came to NXT, there was a lot of buzz around him because, as you alluded to, he was super over in TNA. Even held the world championship of the company a couple of times, got this humongous push or what have you. But what I think happened is when he got to NXT, even in the midst of, that little run that he was seemingly destined for, I don't think EC3 took the bull by the horn, so to speak. And what I mean by that is I don't think he created an opportunity for himself, because sometimes I think we let it go over our heads of the fact that, okay, these people that we talk about, yes, they deserve to be pushed, but at the same time, and Triple H makes a good point about this in some of his interviews that I read on these different sources that I go to. Triple H always talks about creating opportunities for yourself. And I remember not too long ago, Triple H always used to say that, yes, when you come to WWE, we'll hire you and we'll give you a chance, but it's what you do with that chance after that. So in EC3's case, I just don't think that in my neutral honest opinion, I just don't think that EC3
took initiative. He just didn't take initiative.
I don't think he took
building on his own
initiative,
character.
and I don't think he was bold enough to really create an opportunity for himself and get himself over. Because I'm gonna give you another prime example of somebody taking an opportunity and creating an even bigger opportunity for themselves. And it's somebody that you have grown to not like here lately. And her name is Becky Lynch. Look at Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch was a gust of wind the previous years. But all it took was one opportunity on one of the biggest events in WWE history, SummerSlam. In that match with Charlotte, after she lost that match and she attacked Charlotte, and the fans, and the thing of it is, the fans knew that Becky Lynch had been buried for like a couple of years prior. But when she finally seized her moment and attacked Charlotte at the end of that match at SummerSlam, not only did the fans know, but management knew, like, okay, this girl has taken the bull by the horns. She's created an opportunity for herself. She's made a moment for herself.
That's one thing though. That's one thing though. Just how we all know that like things are kind of predetermined. A lot of times, like, okay, boom, for one, you're not gonna attack or whatever unless it's kind of like agreed upon before.
Of course.
But at the same time, she attacked. What if the fans didn't react the way they did? Well, like you know what I'm saying? What if they were in another state to where the fans are like, fuck her, and they didn't react that way? It's like a two-way street. It's like it's almost like creative has to pretty much just how you said. Okay, EC3 didn't take the bull by his horns and kind of create his own destiny and shit. But my thing is, it almost has to be like a plan, like. Like everything has to align up right.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? And then and that's what shows, like, as far as the universe or whatever you want to call it, WWE universe is like a it's a thing. It's like almost like I'll put it this way. If I had a master plan and if I had TV time every week, even if it was what's the little dude that's trying to what they say, consummate his marriage or some shit like
that. You talking about Drake Maverick?
Yeah, somebody like Drake Maverick. Okay, he's constantly trying to get the 24/7 belt. He won it a couple times and lost it, whatever. Like, okay, he's already kind of in the fold. For some reason, they're giving him TV time because of the 24/7 belt. He would be smart to just chase after it, and then maybe one time, like say they're near his city or where he grew up, then him just do something out of the ordinary, or even have a talk with R-Truth, like, look, man, I really need this, man. You know what I'm saying? And get it done when he's in his city. That way he'll get some type of a proper pot if he does win it for an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like everything has to line up in wrestling. That's the funny part about it.
Yeah, and I completely agree with you.
But is that what happened? Was that what happened with Becky Lynch? Where do you remember where she was during that SummerSlam?
Well, pretty much, she was basically getting that label of somebody that failed in the moment, somebody that was close of getting the brass ring but could never get it. I mean, let's go back to Money in the Bank.
You know, like, this is a thing that's kind of pissing me off with wrestling as of late. The wrestling fans, especially like at the live events, they're like super fucking over on the whole underdog thing. Now, have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Like the underdog gimmick is the winning gimmick right now. You notice that? And it started with Kofi. Now they did it with Chad Gable. Like, I've never ever heard a fucking fan chant for Chad Gable. Same thing with Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio actually deserves it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you why after you finish your statement.
I'm good. No, I was gonna ask you, like, what and why? Like, why is the whole underdog thing a thing? Maybe because of a Becky Lynch?
No. It has shit to do with Becky. I'm gonna tell you why. the underdog gimmick is getting over so big. And it has nothing, it really doesn't have nothing to do with the performers. It's for the simple fact that it's genuine, it's relatable, it's emotionally invested. People can relate to an underdog. Now, it has to be a certain type of underdog that people can relate to. I'm gonna throw something else at you. Now, you talk about the AEW content. You know, for instance, this whole road to TNT thing they got going on now. I've watched a few episodes of that. Matter of fact, I was watching a few episodes of that the other night, and I'm gonna give you a prime example of what I'm talking about. I don't know if you know this.
Rio?
No, not even Rio.
Okay.
There's another match. There's another match that has been added for next Wednesday's Dynamite on TNT, and a lot of people don't know about it too much or not talking about it. But it's MJF against this dude named Brandon Cutler.
Yeah.
Did you see that whole thing?
Yeah, that was really good. That was really good. Especially him signing the contract and
signing the contract.
Gave him, and
and did you see that part where his wife was talking?
But that was real. But that was real.
Bingo.
I get you. But that's the difference though between that one. That was actual real. I get what you're saying. But like I'll put it this way. That's the underdog scenario that I will get behind and I actually like, but I'm still you already know I'm not gonna. I don't want MJF. Like I want MJF. I want the MJF train to keep fucking smoking and keep going. But
I mean, who's to say he still won't win the match?
Yeah, but even if he loses, he's still golden. Like
of course,
that guy.
Oh, of course. But my point is that is why the underdog gimmick, quote unquote, is so successful right now in wrestling, because the owners of these professional wrestling companies, aka WWE and AEW, know that the most relatable, emotionally invested topic that will really reel, these hardcore wrestling fans in is the underdog story, because that is probably the most realistic piece of storytelling that you can tell in professional wrestling. Because the objective of the wrestling fan in watching these different products is the fact that they want something that they can gravitate towards. They want something that is going to make them come back and keep watching these broadcasts week after week, month after month, year after year. And if you're telling a true, genuine, relatable story of somebody that I'm not going to necessarily say came from nothing, but somebody that, that got knocked down to the bottom and has now risen back up to the top the hard way, not taking any shortcuts, not any politics, but somebody that has been knocked down to the bottom and has risen up to the top the hard way. I'm talking about like dramatic failures, getting put off of TV, not being able to get any TV time at all. And somebody that the fans have just been dying to see on TV every week. And then you're finally telling that story and it ends with a happy ending. That's what the fans want.
And shout out to Cutler's wife for fucking selling that. But like I said, man, it wasn't really selling because it was actually fucking genuine.
No, that was legit, man. I don't think you can. There ain't no script or there ain't no takes you can replace for that. Like that really hit home. Like that was that's what you call busting your ass, and that's what you call hard work.
And shout out to the Young Bucks for making it even more fucking like dope to watch. To be honest, that shit.
Yeah, man, and that's why. And see. Even okay, you know what? Even transitioning into this AEW talk, fuck it, we're just gonna go right into it. That is why I believe that AEW is gonna have success because of stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like I don't think WWE can fuck with something like that. Something as heartfelt. That was a heartfelt piece of That was a heartfelt piece of content that was displayed right there with Cutler signing that contract. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because the thing of it is, stuff like that, I feel like embodies what AEW is all about. It's all about
everybody gets a fucking shot.
Everybody gets a chance, and most importantly, like I was saying just a few minutes ago, is people legitimately rising to the top of the ranks of all elite wrestling. WWE cannot tell that same story because WWE, let's just face it, isn't blue collar. They're a damn billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
I mean, their performers are making like what, over $1 billion a year?
Good for the company.
Company. I mean, come on. I mean, people can relate to that, but I'm talking about you got blue collar, working folks out here.
Yeah, I mean,
that have been in those positions that Cutler has been in.
One of the main representatives is fucking Dusty Rhodes' son. And you saw what WWE did to his ass. Like, fuck out of here. Yeah, I'll put it this way. AEW is not going to lose. And that was the thing that I was talking to somebody about. I'm like, okay, WWE's never going to like go under or like go bank or just quit.
No.
Never that. No. But my thing is AEW will definitely be, it's kind of a bold statement. AEW will definitely be a WCW Nitro somewhat type of contender for at least a year, a couple years. But my thing is they're not going to, they have enough money behind them, and I think that they have enough like backing from like fans to where they could, I'll put it this way, AEW is going to be around for a long time, but they're not going to be a TNA. You know what I'm saying? Like TNA, I remember when they first started, it was like, oh shit, another wrestling promotion. Oh shit. And then like, boom, like it was like the greatest thing ever. But then it just kind of died down. We saw what they were doing. They were getting kind of retired. Like pretty much they went through the damn scrap metal yard and grabbed all the scrap metal wrestlers that should be retired and kind of rejuvenated like a bunch of wrestlers. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled up. I ain't gonna say now because I don't know what they're about now. But I'll put it this way: they were like, "Damn, oh shit, it's 2004. Let's go ahead and sign Brutus the Barber Beefcake." You know what I'm saying? Like goofy shit like that. Like they just did like lame shit. Where's Hercules? My bad. He made it. Fuck it. It is what it is. But like it was just one of those things. AEW, the reason why I think they're gonna do is because they're giving like young talent like the actual fucking.
And that's the key word. That's the key word. Younger talent. And I'm gonna throw another element in there.
Like would Darby Allin ever get the call for an NXT fucking tryout?
Hell no. No. He's too raw. He's too raw for NXT. They're not ready for nothing like that. But I'm gonna throw another element into what you said about not only giving, these younger kids their chance, but for the simple fact that AEW is doing the thing that WWE has refused to do all of these years recently, and that is they are building stars from the ground up, homegrown stars.
Yeah,
they're not going and pulling, other stars from other companies. Now they may come from other countries, but they're not coming from other promotions. They're building homegrown, like made in the factory type stars in AEW. And you know what the beautiful thing about this is too, AG? I love the fact that being that Dynamite, when it premieres on TNT next Wednesday night, I love the fact that nobody really knows who these people are. You know why? Because that's where the suspense and that is where the excitement and the surprise is going to reveal itself, because of the fact that these superstars that AEW is building are brand spanking new. But when it's all said and done, people will know who they are.
Yeah, definitely.
Just like for instance, I kind of got you a head start, on this whole AEW thing with Private Party.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And now you're in love with
nigga, you put like I'll keep it 100. You put me on the MJF. Real shit. Like I heard of them. I think I may have saw a match in the interview, and then it was, matter of fact, may have been in the first or second podcast, and you said 3 letters MJF, and I looked them up, and then I hit you up the next day like, holy fuck. But then if you know
still in the business,
yeah, exactly. If you notice this though, you know how we're gonna end the podcast with this, but you know how I'm angry about how they're treating the Fiend and how they're treating Bray Wyatt and not keeping it like a special gift from the wrestling heavens for him to even make an appearance. Have you not noticed that MJF is not in the fold at all? Like, or lately, MJF was on the last B&D, or not the last, but the one before that. Like MJF hasn't been in interviews. He hasn't been on like really camera as much. He hasn't been on, but that first episode, he has a match and it's with Cutler. And you know that even the storyline, you're gonna have a lot of people, and they'll probably do a good vignette to where anyone watching this first show is going to be like Cutler, and they're gonna have it to where MJF is gonna say like fuck that guy and like really establish himself as a fucking top heel. And now you remember what I was saying? I was like, no, the way it is, MJF they're probably not putting them as a part of the show as much, but I'll put it this way. Wins and losses will start. How I said that. Wins and losses will start when the live show, the weekly show starts. They're going to start developing all of their talent when the live show starts.
I believe it. Mm-hmm. I believe it. And just alluding to that about, wins and losses, I think I think that's why they're stacking this card so big, mm-hmm. and having all of these pay-per-view caliber matches like, Hangman and Pac. We're finally going to get to see that. The Bucks and Omega versus Jericho and his 2 mystery partners, mm-hmm. Riho and Rose, mm-hmm. Cutler and MJF, Cody and Sammy Guevara. That's, I think, for them stacking this first show so big is the fact of they're basically telling you, okay, we're putting our biggest marquee stars on this first episode all in one.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to establish them, but not only establish them, we're going to also establish who is going to be the top guy and who is going to be the top gal of this company right off the bat.
Yeah.
And where the wins and losses come in is the fact of, okay, we know they're going to go, we know that each match that is on this first show, we know they're going to try to outdo the other. But I think where the wins and losses come in is going to be more so how somebody beats their opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily the fact that they win the match, but I think it's going to be more so how they win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then setting up storylines in a way.
Right. And in return, the person who loses that match, there's still gold at the end of the rainbow for them, because depending on how strong they look in defeat, they're still going to be established regardless.
Yeah, definitely.
So, when you put all of that together, when you talk about wins and losses, I think it's going to be more so how impressive, whoever is going to win these matches looks.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's to the strength of MJF, because he can be the best loser in a wrestling match, period, as long as he gets to talk before, as long as he gets to walk out, and then as long as he gets to talk after. But I mean,
I mean, is
we had a question good? Real quick though.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Let's hear Christian Garcia. Do you think the rumors of Jon Moxley returning to the Rumble is true? I never heard that rumor, and
I don't. Yeah, he probably got that from Ringside News or Kayfabe News or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's not happening. I don't even think they would have John Moxley back if he wanted to.
No.
I don't think they would even have him.
Even if that was the case,
he's not coming back at the Rumble.
No. But not only that, but if that was the case, that story would have broke like at the beginning of the week. And like I tell y'all all the time, like I read these pro wrestling sources like every day, pretty much 24/7. So if there would have been some type of rumor about Moxley making an appearance at the Rumble, like I would have definitely if there would have been something going on about John Moxley making a return to the Royal Rumble, first of all, I would have known about it at the beginning of the week. And number two, I would have definitely passed it along to AG here, and we would have definitely broke it on this podcast right now. So
yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah,
like, that's not happening.
Nah.
It's too soon. Like they would have that'd be something to allude to. Like if anyone weird is gonna show up anywhere, it will be Renee Young showing up at the AEW fucking show.
Now that is something.
Moxley's not
I
leaving.
can realistically see.
Yeah, that could happen.
Yeah, but I think with this new studio show that they're doing, I think Renee Young's time is going to be more than occupied. By the way, did you hear about that? Did you hear about the new studio show that WWE's going to do on FS1? It's called WWE Backstage. It's going to be her and Booker T. They're going to do it. They're going to do it kind of like a professional wrestling first take type of deal.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's a good. So it's going to be on the actual network and not the WWE network.
Yeah, it's going to be actually on Fox Sports 1.
They flexing there. They're kind of flexing.
Yeah,
they're flexing, showing that they can do a and that was the thing that we talked about. Do you remember I said if they were smart, they wouldn't have even started. They would have left NXT on the network and had like Swerve or a show that's really over on the network and pulled it up on a main network and put it at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, that was a good call, man.
They're doing both. They're doing both in a way.
And also, did you hear? And we're sorry to kind of go off the road a little bit, but this just came to my mind, so I just got to get this out. But not only that, did you hear about the new broadcast teams that have been announced for both? Well, I shouldn't say for both, but for Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
No, I heard Corey Gray. I think he may have been trolling. He said that he was retiring.
No, he was just trolling.
Bullshit. Yeah. No, I ain't hear
nothing. Basically, it came out today, I believe, that the new broadcast teams for Raw and SmackDown, first of all, with Raw, they're gonna completely redo that whole announce team. So they're gonna have Vic Joseph, the dude that does NXT UK as well as 205 Live. He's gonna be the lead announcer for Raw, and they're gonna have some guy. I think his name is like Dio Madden or something. Like he's supposed to be a former NFL player. I think
former Pancrase champion,
something like that. But I think he's a former NFL player. I think he spent some time with
fuck is that?
The Houston Rockets. I mean, not the Houston Rockets, but the Houston Texans. His real name is Brendan Williams. I think I'm familiar with him. I want to say he was a defensive lineman or something like that for the Houston Texans. But anyway, he's going to be the color guy. Huh?
Yeah. And he's doing wrestling commentary?
Yeah, he's going to be the color guy alongside Vic Joseph. But you'll love this. There's going to be a third man, and it's going to be none other than Jerry the King Lawler.
Oh, that's a good thing.
So Jerry the King Lawler is going to be back on Raw. Now for NXT, they're going to keep the same team that's been in existence this whole time: Mauro Ranallo, Beth Phoenix, and Nigel McGuinness. So there's going to be no changes there. Now SmackDown is actually going to have a familiar team there as well, and that's going to be Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Renee Young.
The GOATs right now. The best ones doing until AEW starts with Jim Ross and
yeah. And did you hear about who's going to be joining Jim Ross?
As long as it's not that fucking luchador mask wearing son of a bitch.
He's gonna be he's gonna
God.
he's still gonna be there, unfortunately. But you'll love
on the weekly shows he's gonna be there, or just the pay? He's gonna be
the weekly show. But you'll love who
Tony
the third
Schiavone.
guy is gonna be.
Not Tony Schiavone. Yeah, Tony Schiavone. Yeah, I
Tony
saw that.
Schiavone.
I thought he was just doing the control room.
Nah.
That's gonna be yeah. He did say that he was excited to like get back with
we're about to go back to 1991.
That shit's fire. Hey, we had a question. Would a title run for Ray? Hello. What about a title? Damn it, you spelled it all fucked up. What about a title run for Ray? How do you think they will do it? I'm gonna do this quick because, like I said, we're about done with Raw SmackDown type of deal. We're about done with damn that. We just got to jump on the Bray Wyatt. But a Rey Mysterio run for the title, I think would be smart for them. As far as
for the Universal Championship?
Yep, for the Universal Championship against Seth Rollins. I think it would be fun, and truthfully, it makes a lot of sense because this is a good segue into Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, because I looked at it to where, okay, the Fiend has so much that he could do as far as terrorizing like the roster, to where a Universal title or even the WWE title, SmackDown, will kind of hold them back from doing it. You know what I'm saying? And you can't hold up a title. Like, and that was my thing. I'm like, this is the worst thing ever. Like, we're gonna get more into the whole, like, and we'll probably take a break right before we get into the fucking Fiend rant. But we're gonna start it off now.
Right.
A Rey Mysterio title run is in perfect timing for the fact that we all know that the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, his next victim is Seth Rollins. And the Fiend, his whole character is about terrorizing and picking different people to fucking be the fucking monster underneath their bed. A Universal title will do nothing but slow the progression of that character down. And that's kind of why I was like, why the fuck did he pick Seth Rollins next? He should be picking other people. Like, he should be picked. But then I'm like, okay. But then for the fact that they had,
I know the answer why, by the way.
Yeah, they had like a thing. Rey Mysterio probably will take the title from him just to damn make it to where like
you think so? Like the go home week of Hell in a Cell?
Yep. You know why though? Because that match is still go on. And my thing is, Seth Rollins isn't really even he's not focused on the match with Rey Mysterio because Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, is in his head so much.
Yeah.
So this could be a great last run for Rey Mysterio, even though it's kind of a courtesy and what do you call it when it's like a what do you call it? Anyway, I'll just say it's kind of a courtesy and kind of a I forget it, gimme type of thing, because like a technicality type of run, but it's still a good outro for him in his career.
Well, let me ask you this real quick. I don't mean to cut you off, but let me throw this at you. Now, you say you believe a swerve is going to happen on Monday to where Ray is going to end up upsetting Seth and take the Universal Championship. Now, now we already know, for those of us smart fans out there, we already know that this match with the Fiend and Rollins was already being advertised anyway. Even, in the midst of him and Strowman battling at Clash of Champions. Now,
but they never said for the belt though at that time.
They never said for the belt. You're right. But now that they finally officialized it for Hell in a Cell, and now you're telling me that they're going to throw a monkey wrench and have Rey Mysterio beat Rollins for the championship. What does that do for that Fiend Rollins match? Because it's like, okay, you're going to have a Hell in a Cell between the Fiend and Rollins just for the hell of a Hell in a Cell, pretty much.
You can tell you why?
Why?
Because the Fiend isn't worried about the belt. The Fiend picked Seth Rollins. He just so happens to have the Universal belt. He
Oh.
loses the belt. Cool. They even do they even do one of the best Firefly fun houses of all time. Like, oh well, he does whatever. Like, or like,
okay,
have Bray. You don't have.
You know what I got to do. You know what I got to do, right?
It wasn't about the belt. Seth, you're still gonna see me.
Okay, now you know what I got to do, right? And especially because we live now.
Ring the bell, man. Ring the bell.
We got to dive into the Aaron Duchovny, man. You gotta give me the Gordon files, man. Because I gotta know. I got to know, AG, what was up with the whole tearing apart of the toy. I know there was some type of conspiracy theory behind that, and I know you are my personal, private, professional wrestling investigator. Yes, I know that was a whole lot of damn words I just said.
I'm gonna just because I remember because it was an action figure. It was just a thing. I mean, because the first thing that I got from it was was it Queen Bathsheba? Because I used to know my Bible shit. I don't want to say shit, damn it. But it was a baby that two people were arguing over so much. And in order to find out the real mother, they said, you know what, we'll cut the baby in half and you both can have half of the baby. And then it was a thing that was like the real mom was like, no, you keep the baby. It was in the Bible. I forget what king. I forget what it was. It may have been David. It may have been, it is what it is, but it was something like that.
Wow.
But I was thinking that they were fighting over it, but then instead of him asking, he just ripped it in half. So I'm thinking that where it's like everybody's against Seth Rollins.
That's deep. That's deep, man.
Yeah. It's just a thing. It's just a thing to where it's like they both are fans of him because that was the whole thing. Like they both were fans of him. They were fighting over the action figure, and then he comes in and like all the characters in the Funhouse are part of him, and he came in to be the mediator and said, "Click, y'all both got it," and they were cool with it.
Wow.
So there's no like he didn't even give him time to like really argue of it. He just took it, snapped it in half.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's why he's Aaron Duchovny. That's why he is my personal, private, professional wrestling investigator. Mm-hmm. He always figures it out because I knew there had to be some type of method to the madness.
I could be wrong on it, and truthfully, I could probably get more like hot takes on it. But that was because it was like funny. Like when you said it, I was like, oh shit, yeah, he had an action figure and they snapped in the head. But like my thing, if I rewatch it, I could like probably really like get to the bottom of this situation.
Right. But going back to what you were saying about the Fiend not really being worried about the Universal Championship, but more so Seth. Now, okay, you were trying to make sense of this whole situation of Ray upsetting Rollins, capturing the Universal belt, and
it's the only way to go. It's the only way to go.
The only way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you ask me, in my own personal estimation, I actually thought it was kind of intriguing to still, have Seth beat Ray on Monday and still go through with the original plan of this Universal Championship match with the Fiend and Seth Rollins, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Hey, but real quick, like definitely get it. But I just want to ask you a quick question right before that. Since when do we have Hell in the Cell matches for a title? They're normally like feuds. They're normally Undertakers. They're normally Mankinds. They're normally like weird, twisted guys versus either heel. Truthfully, it could be a heel or a face. It's normally
weird. We did have Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman last year.
That was for the belt.
That was for the belt because remember Braun, actually cashed in his Money in the Bank.
Oh, but it was
and Brock interfered. Brock interfered, and it was a no contest because remember that's when he had made one of his many returns, his shocking returns, so to speak, and cost both, well, not cost both, I should say, but cost Strowman the match because nobody knew that he was coming back. So he just made like another shocking appearance and just, just clean house. And the match was a no contest. So yeah, like I said, you've had a match, a Hell in a Cell match for the Universal Championship. Like I said, Strowman and Reigns. But my whole thing was,
you got me.
I'm just saying, man.
That's the mastermind.
Hey, man. I just try to enlighten the people. But no, the reason why I said I'm very interested, and I hope that they still go through with the original plan of having Fiend and Rollins for the Universal Championship, because I read something just as interesting that I think will interest you, and you tell me how you honestly feel about this. Now, somebody, I think it was a writer on Bleacher Report WWE, which is one of the sources that I read on every day. They said this. They proposed, what if a certain legend by the name of The Undertaker was to interfere in this match? And
they've been bringing them up a lot lately, too.
I know. They were saying, what if The Undertaker, for some apparent reason, in the middle of just when Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, was about to beat Seth Rollins, what if The Undertaker made one of his Undertaker-like appearance, and they went so far as to say, like, actually come up from underneath the ring and drag the Fiend down up under the ring, and we get a Fiend versus Taker match at Survivor Series. At Survivor Series. Because if you remember, they were talking about it, and I know you caught on to this, Aaron Duchovny. In a previous Firefly Funhouse, I believe it's when Stone Cold was there, the Raw from Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And they did the Firefly Funhouse. And he was basically talking about Stone Cold, that whole segment. And then they did the whole thing with the alarm clock. And at first the alarm clock read 3:16 3:16, but he had like smashed it a couple of times and he ended up resetting it to 11:19.
I didn't catch that. Damn, you kind of fucked me up with that one. I didn't catch that.
Do you know now? I'm about to blow your mind, Aaron Duchovny, because now I'm about to play your partner. I forget her name, but whatever her name is, I'm her. But anyway, so basically that whole thing with 11:19, that is actually the date of when the Undertaker first debuted in the WWE. Because that date was the date of Survivor Series.
Oh yeah, I remember. 90. Wow, I mean, I don't remember the date and like all that shit, but I know he did debut at a Survivor Series. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was November 19th, 1990. When
if they do this shit, they're fucked. Like if they do that shit, they're burying the Fiend. Because like I said, if they do that and have an Undertaker thing and then make us wait a month or whatever for Undertaker Fiend showdown or whatever, it's kind of burying the Fiend, because you can't have truthfully what should be a mysterious ass character that truthfully they should have kept off TV for 2 to 3 weeks after him beating Finn Balor.
And now we go into the rant, ladies.
Yeah. No, we're not gonna do it because, like I said, I'm a smoke for it. But like, it's crazy. Like I hate what they've done with the Fiend.
Hide your ears, young viewers.
Yeah, I hate what they've done with the Fiend, man. Holy shit, I hate it. But in a nutshell, it is what it is. Like, if that's what happens, I may not keep pulling up to watch and see what the fuck happens with it. If Rey Mysterio shocks the world, takes the Universal belt, even to lose it a week later to Brock Lesnar, or anything weird, just some.
Well, I mean, he can't lose it to Brock because I think we can all see. Yeah, I think we can all see that Brock's gonna more than likely take the title off Kofi.
Yeah, Kofi. That's right.
Yeah,
or anybody. Like my thing is, I'm pretty sure that I guess I'm just going off of my fantasy booking, like of what I would want it to be. It's like, the Fiend can't be a title holder because he
Now
has
I do
to
agree with that.
he has to terrorize
I do agree with
everybody on the roster has to be at notice of like, shit, I better fucking chill, have my matches because I don't want the Fiend to fucking pick me.
Because I was actually astonished when I found out that the Fiend was getting a title shot against Seth Rollins anyway. Because I initially thought, just like you, I was like, well, wait a minute. Why the hell are y'all putting this dude in a title match? Like, this dude doesn't need a belt. Like, this dude is so blue flaming hot and is so incredibly over right now. He does not need a title. He already has the credibility. Like, he's already taken out these legends and stuff. Like, this guy does not need a title to solidify how over he is right now. I mean, if you want to find out how over he is,
just how I said, a title would like fucking,
it would hinder him.
It would hinder him and fucking it would freeze it up, because like same thing is like how we talked about the AEW pay-per-view with the tag team titles. I'm like, the Young Bucks can't be the fucking AAA title holders because they have so much shit to do.
Yeah,
Bray Wyatt and the Fiend, but the WWE may fucking give them the strap. You never know with them. But my thing though is like, if they did it right and have him terrorize everyone in the WWE, and that was another thing that I said to my girl. I was talking last time I smoked. I was like, the way they should have done it after he beat Finn Balor should have been off of TV for 2 to 3 weeks. They should have placed, like how they did before that, they should have placed the characters from the Firefly Funhouse randomly throughout as Easter eggs during the Raw shows, even mainly putting them behind Braun Strowman things. Have the Seth Rollins Braun Strowman match when they're tag team champions, and then they lose the straps, and after that Seth Rollins does that. Do one more Raw to where they have more shit like that, and then, because that was the biggest strike that the Fiend's ever done. He literally took out the monster of the WWE and Braun Strowman this past Monday. So that should have been the pin. Like, that should have been like, damn, the Fiend is not playing, but it wasn't that much because he just took out Kane last week.
Yeah,
they fucked up.
Or this past week.
Yeah. But hey,
but you know what? But one last thing before we go to our break here. Even going back to when he initially attacked Seth Rollins after Clash of Champions, I'll go so far as to say that should have been, pulling the plug right there.
Yeah.
Because the thing of it is it was greatly laid out. We did not see it coming because we were just thinking, okay, when Seth was at the top of the ramp, they showed the credits down at the lower third.
I like the way they did that.
Yeah, typical WWE ending, right? Showing the champ raising the belt high above his head. But nope, the lights went out. And that was the first time where I was literally like, oh shit, like how I'm looking now.
Yeah.
I did not expect the Fiend to be the one to like kind of draw the first strike on Seth. I thought they would have waited till the next night on Raw for that to happen. But for the fact that they just did it like completely unpredictably, that was gold right there.
It was good.
That should have been the stopping point right there. After that attack,
and that was just 2 weeks. And that was just 2 weeks ago. But they keep bringing them back. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And like I said, there's no factor of like, oh shit, like when is he gonna come? When is he gonna come? There's
but
no.
See, that's the thing. But like, see, when it comes to WWE, you're right. But see, that's the thing with WWE. That's the gift and the curse of being like really over and red hot in the company. Is the fact that you sacrifice your specialty. You sacrifice your mystique in that. Because you had to realize when the Fiend got hot And when he was getting over, you kind of had to have that thought in the back of your brain, like there is a possibility WWE could abuse this. Like this was our worst nightmare. This is what we did not want to happen with him.
Hey, real quick, real quick hot take. This is the reason why Eric Bischoff and
Paul Heyman,
Paulie should have more say so, because when Eric Bischoff was dealing with Sting, the Crow Sting, it wasn't like this, and he was never as big as the Fiend was.
No,
like, can we be real?
Yeah, you're right.
We knew it was Sting.
Right.
Like we knew it was Sting. We knew that it was Sting going through some shit.
Right.
Sting would come out the rafters, whatever. He didn't have a show. These niggas got, like, what if Sting had a show, a fucking Instagram, a Twitter, a fucking pulling up on fucking legends, pulling up on this person, that person every fucking week?
Well, actually,
like, they did
it. He actually did in a way, because you remember when he was first going through that transformation of the Crows thing. If you remember the Nitros where, you know, he came out of nowhere and Scorpion Death dropped Jeff Jarrett. He's Scorpion Death dropped.
But it was just that we didn't
Rick
have the
Steiner
whole,
or whatever.
but it wasn't a whole mysterious story behind it. We were just like, what the fuck's going on with Sting?
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Attacking everybody.
Yeah, like it was like, yo, what the fuck's going on? Like they even had him do it before even putting like the whole
black and white.
Yeah, before he transformed fully into the Crow, he was doing that shit. So it was just like, damn, what the fuck going on with Sting?
Right.
And then all of a sudden one day when you heard that music, which is one of the best fucking entrance musics of all time. Yeah. Hot like fire.
I still listen to it to this day. Yes, I am Mark for that theme. I'm sorry.
I got the
MP. Oh yeah, by the way, hey Jock Sniffers, can you see my face now? You can see my face now. You can match my voice with my face. Just have to wait that
we're gonna promote next week's episode. We're gonna promote next week's episode. We're gonna have like we're gonna see what it does. We had it cracking for a minute. We got a couple people still in here. It is what it is, but shit. We're gonna go ahead and take a break, and then after that, we're gonna knock out this fucking Bray Wyatt Fiend rant. I've kind of gotten a quarter to a half of it out,
but they haven't seen nothing yet. They haven't seen anything yet. Like that was just the appetizer. The entree is coming at you like hot and fresh, like right out the oven. So I'm telling y'all, like, y'all better brace yourself, because when I tell you my partner is pissed to the highest degree,
it's bullshit.
Like I got
out a lot of good shits, but I didn't get them all out.
I thought this dude was gonna give me like 3 or 4 angry emojis, like the first time we had talked about this on Messenger. But now the fact that we're live and the fact that, you know, you can actually see and hear him say what's really on his mind, like this stuff is about to get like really, really serious. So,
and if it just randomly cuts off, man, I probably just like.
Oh well.
I'm smoking. We will be right back. Damn, I just thumbed the damn. But no, the way it is, I'm not going to stop it. I'm going to pull myself out of it. If you have anything to plug or talk about, you can.
Actually, I was gonna go. Actually, I was gonna take a little break.
Do you have any news to write? Oh, okay, cool.
Oh! You said, did I have any what?
Like any news or anything you just want to read out or whatever? Because like I said, all it takes about 5 minutes.
Oh no! I mean, we pretty much.
This is the most unprofessional way of taking a break for a podcast. Sorry, it is Beer Drink. We are here with George Kennebrew, aka
we don't do nothing on this. How we don't do nothing traditional. Damn it,
Dear Vince Podcast, episode 16. We're gonna promote this bitch next week. Or this week. On to next week. Y'all motherfuckers better promote it as well. Put it on. You don't have to embed it on your shit, but just put out Dear Vince Podcast episode 17.
Because you're gonna see it. Because because it's on YouTube. Like you're gonna have no choice but to see it. I mean, there's no way that you can get away from it now. Like we've gotten off the phone now. Like you can actually see us. So
really dope.
So there's
it sounds good. And that's another good thing. That your headset sound fire as fuck. I like that shit. Sounds really clean.
Shout out to Five Below.
Word up. Five Below.
Shout out to Five Below.
With that said, man, I'm gonna go ahead.
I mean, hey, man, you gotta be you gotta be honest. I mean, you gotta keep it
there's
thorough,
the
man.
mic right there, so it does sound good. It's like I said, but it,
I look like a doggone daggone television producer who like just sweated out his whole entire shirt at work. I'm in the production truck telling these people it's hot as hell back here, guys. We're going to this. We're going to this shot.
we're gonna go ahead. We'll be right back, and I promise you, we're gonna rant on Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, and what the WWE is doing to him for around 10 to 15
and I'm gonna
minutes.
try and I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
try to attempt to not let Aaron like completely lose his mind, even though I might fail miserably. But I'm gonna try my best. So we'll see what happens.
No, I'm good. We will be right back. Well, we're gonna remove ourselves from the stream, but the stream is still going, folks. So keep watching that thumbnail, and we will be right
back.
Holy shit. We're back, folks. Holy shit. Why my shit still ain't showing up? Remove from
Yeah,
stream.
I cannot see you. Uh-oh. And I didn't have my mic down.
Damn, I
Okay.
don't know.
Yeah, I still can't see you, man.
Man, damn. Hold up. Let me take myself out and add back. Damn, I am not in that bitch. Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. You fuckers, you can hear me, but I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing. Let me see. Stop cam. Oh, hold on. Oh, no, not that. Still just that. The fuck happened? I'm looking at it on the screen too. That shit funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Let's try this. Hold on. But we're back, folks. We're gonna go ahead and still talk really quick. But
apparently the Fiend has invaded.
You see that? You see that? But look, but guess what? That's the damn laptop thing. I need the my webcam. Okay, that's okay. I think now you can see me. Now, okay, now we're good.
Oh, okay. So the Fiend didn't get him.
That's how you know when you have a webcam on top of your laptop cam.
Right.
Did you see how the shit was cut off?
Yeah.
Because I had my fucking webcam on top of the damn laptop flip up thing.
That must be a good ass high quality webcam, man. That shit clear as hell.
It's all right. I mean, but that was the whole thing. Is I'm a upgrade to a different webcam. Hopefully, it's a Logitech. It works pretty good.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good, but I don't know what the fuck happened right there.
I don't know. As I said, I think the Fiend was trying to take over AG's laptop there. It was dark about a good 5-10 minutes. At first, like when I saw the blackout, the next 5-10 seconds, I thought I was gonna hear gurgling. I was like, "Oh no!"
I wish I should have put that damn sound. Shings, shings, them fucking violin bullshit. But shit, let's get on the Fiend, man. We talked about NXT. We talked a little bit about AEW. We talked about the WWE universe. We're just gonna rant a bit about the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and how overused this character is, and we're gonna go ahead and call it a night, man. But like I said, man, if you enjoyed this truthfully test video podcast live here on YouTube,
yes,
you better come back next week because we're gonna revamp it a bit. It's gonna be fucking fire as fuck.
Oh yeah.
I think we got it.
I think we got it. Yeah, I definitely think we got it. But
regardless, shout out to you know what? They can see it. Shout out to StreamYard, straight up.
Yeah,
I've already hit them out, and truthfully, they've reached back to me, and we may have some more little things. It is what it is. Like I said, man. Shout out to StreamYard. I'm giving them the wrong one. Streamlabs is another one that didn't work out for me with using this, but when I use the damn MacBook, it does work out. Like, damn. Shout out to StreamYard.
Fuck. Yes. Right. As in Roman Reigns, the big dog who runs the yard.
His yard. His
I know I sounded like a real Mark right there, but I don't give a damn.
No, that wasn't no Mark shit. Shit, they say it.
Yeah.
We're just reiterating what they say, but it is.
Reiterate.
What do you think? Is Bray Wyatt's character? I'm not gonna say Bray Wyatt, truthfully. I'm gonna just say the Fiend. Because Bray Wyatt, even his character is the kind of a studio TV show host. They kind of got away from that, and they've done that well, but I hate the fact that how they had the Fiend just pop up on like Legends and shit like that, kind of irrelevant shit for making him like a mysterious ass character happen. Like, and then it kind of got me, just how you said, like with the whole Undertaker thing that they may be doing, is like Damn, he got it, Kane, which is
Yep.
weird.
Yep. See, that's
What you think?
gonna be the whole motivating factor for the fact that he attacked the Undertaker's so-called storyline professional wrestling brother,
Mm-hmm.
Kane. You know, and that's because I mean, as history has shown us, you know, if somebody messes with one, they mess with the other. And what I mean by that is if you attack one brother of destruction, then you're gonna have to deal with the other.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why that whole Undertaker possibility might transpire.
Word.
That's a nice looking can, by the way.
Yes.
But
Goose Island IPA.
there you go.
We're in
But
now, man. Damn. What was that thing that I normally say that's kind of funny? It's not really funny at all, but it's kind of like a thing. It was like, oh, it.
it'll come back to you.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
no, but staying on staying on the subject of the Fiend though. So yeah, that's basically where that whole thing is going to come about, where if you attack one brother, you're going to have to deal with the other brother. But even
Could bring back the Wyatt family. That could bring fucking what you call it, Daniel Bryan's homeboy.
oh,
Ever
you
thought
talking
of
about
that?
Rowan? Talking
Yeah,
about Rowan?
Rowan. That could truthfully. I mean, it's kind of far fetched, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know. But
Hmm.
my point I was making is that the whole distinction between just Bray Wyatt, the TV show host, and as you said, how they're kind of, you know, incorporating the Fiend more into that and kind of, you know, really putting that out there that that is his alter ego. Um, I agree too that that is taking away um, another part of the mystique of separating the two, of having the Fiend as this own, or I should say, having the Fiend as his own personal enigma instead of, you know, him being attached to Bray and being a part of Bray, even though we know he is a part of Bray.
Hmm.
Now, in terms of, you know, him appearing and attacking the legends, me honestly, I really don't have a problem with that, for the simple fact that even though you are trying to make him this special attraction, I think when you've got a brand spanking new character such as this that's gotten over as quick as it has and is hot on top of that,
Gotta
I
protect it.
yeah, not only that, but you got to get it over. And
Hmm.
what's the best way to get a brand spanking new red hot character right out the gate over is to have him go after the established stars, even if they are legends. And with the way that the Fiend is being built up, I feel like these legends that he's gone after are the appropriate legends for him to attack, especially, you know, like a Mick Foley, you know, a guy that
Yeah,
you put in that category
yeah.
of those
Kane, Mick
weird,
Foley.
twisted characters throughout the 90s. The same thing with Kane. Now, where Kurt Angle fits into that equation, I think that was probably more of Kurt's idea of
Was
wanting
hold
to
up,
put Bray
was
over.
has Kurt Angle ever been in a Hell in a Cell match?
Yes, he has.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I think when
That
the
could be a
Fiend
thing.
attacked him, I think that was more so Kurt
Lawler,
Angle's
Lawler
doing.
wasn't in a Hell in a Cell match, so there goes
No,
that. Yeah.
but again, that was probably at the request of those two, Angle and Lawler, to
Yeah, to be
get
relevant.
to get Wyatt over. I
Hmm.
think they were willing to do that to get Wyatt over.
Hmm.
And even with him attacking Strowman this past Monday on Raw, that goes back to the story of Wyatt and Strowman. I mean, that's pretty
Hmm.
much, you know, the mentor attacking the mentee, so
Hmm.
to speak, because we know probably that Strowman and Wyatt rocked together outside of WWE. So I'm pretty sure they discussed that like months ahead of like, all right, when this Fiend character gets established, I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of, help building you up because you did me a favor. You broke me in to WWE. You got me my start. You gave me my opportunity in being a part of the Wyatt family. And it's because of you that I've gotten as far as I've gotten. So let me return the favor and let me put you over and, have you, have your character, put me down. Or
did Strowman have a run in NXT?
Yes, he did. It wasn't long, but yes, he very much did have a run in NXT. But it wasn't until he got called up to the main roster that's when he really
he wasn't that long. He wasn't there that long.
Nah, he wasn't in NXT that long.
Oh, okay, that's what I was.
Yeah, because they called him up to the main roster pretty quick. And that's when he joined the Wyatt family. And then, of course, we know what happened after he left the Wyatt family. But
and the best thing ever, that's when they dropped the ball on the Wyatt family. But I think that was Bray's attitude and the extracurricular activities that he had going on with the black female that he.
Hey,
now isn't that his wife now?
But hey, that JoJo turned his life around.
Yeah, definitely that. Gave him that goody good.
I'm telling you, there's power in that. There's power in I'm telling you, that coochie got power.
It is what it is.
Because she straightened him up, and she allowed him to, get
rejuvenate them creative juices.
Yeah,
that's exactly what.
I mean, shoot, he got another son out of the deal. So I mean, she did something right, and let me put a disclaimer out there, ladies and gentlemen. I am not trying to make JoJo sound like a thought because that's his woman. Okay, that is the mother of his child and his children. We're just saying in a very comical way, of course. We're just giving her due and acknowledging her of how she helped Bray turn his career around because
shut up. But and truthfully, no shit on Bray because my thing, he had the things, he had the ideas going all the way. Sometimes you gotta fall before you rise.
Yeah, you're right.
That's exactly how it happened.
And the funny part about that is after this previous run before this whole Firefly Funhouse thing began, I thought after that feud with Randy Orton, I thought that was the nail in his professional coffin.
Nope. Told you. Like my thing is like I'm probably the only motherfucker that believed in that Firefly Funhouse from the rip. I was like, that's a winner.
Yeah, I mean, but listen, all it took was some convincing for me because had you not got in my ear
2 weeks though, 2 weeks, and you was like, oh word, I see exactly where they're going with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you would have never got in my ear and dropped that seed like in my ear of the Firefly Funhouse was going to become something major, I probably would have never believed in it, and I probably still would have had my nose up at it like I did when I saw the first episode, because I was thinking like, oh damn, they're burying Bray once again before he can even try to reinvent himself. But I stayed with it. I kept watching, and the more I kept watching, the more interesting it got, and then eventually, I was hooked. And then when he debuted the Fiend, that was it. I was sold. I'm like, yeah, Bray Wyatt's back. He's back.
Yep.
He's back. But like I said, with him taking that time away and him being off TV for a year, and even in the circumstances that it happened with him, getting together with JoJo and then eventually having another child, it worked, because like I said, it allowed him, to search within himself, really find out who he really was as a performer. And I believe once he did and finally made up his mind, like, okay, I'm going to come back to the WWE with a bang and just completely like just make everybody's jaw drop and it's gonna I'm gonna hit him with something that they never saw coming.
But
And
that was the thing though too, is they allowed him to do it. It wasn't like it wasn't like truthfully that he did not want to do it before. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
maybe it took, because that was my whole thing that was crazy as far as Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family. They kind of put the kill on the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
But Bray Wyatt was still a thing. And it was almost like Bray Wyatt kind of left when he was somewhat hot.
Yeah.
And it was like, shit, where the fuck did Bray Wyatt, like, it would literally go, like, if I remember right, it was almost like maybe 2 to 3 weeks when I was just like constantly watching Raw just for the fucking lighters to go up and Bray Wyatt to come out. And it just happened to where it just so happened to where he didn't come out for a long time. And then it went to a month. Then it went to 2 months. I'm like, where's this dude at?
You know what?
It was a thing to where he just kind of just disappeared. But my thing though, I'm pretty sure he could have done the same thing when he was hot then. But I guess it's one of those situations where everything happened kind of for a reason.
Yeah, and not only that too, but going back to what we were talking about earlier in the broadcast about Ethan Carter III. You know, Bray did what EC3 apparently didn't do enough of. He took his bull by the horns. Matter of fact, he yanked those SOBs out of his head and he created an opportunity for himself. And, you know, he went and probably had a private meeting with Vince McMahon and he probably did some hard lobbying and said, Vince, I got an idea that's going to make you a butthole full of money if you just trust me.
Undeniable,
and let me put my own personal twist on it. I guarantee you this will get over and we're going to make a lot of money off of this. And little did we know, that was the Firefly Funhouse.
Yep, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
Quick hot take that I want to ask you a question on, and then truthfully, we can wrap this thing up, and then we're gonna start promoting the next one, y'all.
Yeah.
If you're watching on the replay, make sure that you promote the next one. We will be up on Thursday now. Normally, we try to put them out Wednesday night or Thursday morning, but I'm thinking now, since we can do it like this, we'll just do them live Thursday night right after NXT. Or
NXT and AEW.
Yeah, NXT and AEW. So we have a lot of content to cover now. So
so get ready.
When 2 or 3 fails, one won't.
One won't.
It is what it is. So we're good to go. But definitely help promote these things. I'm not saying post it on your your Facebook wall, but definitely tell another wrestling friend about the podcast.
Oh yeah,
we'll keep them going.
Oh yeah.
But the question that I wanted to ask you was oh my God, are you kidding me? What did you say last? Holy fuck!
No, I was just basically saying
this is the hang-ups on being live.
No, I got you. I got you. I was just saying that Bray basically, you know, created an opportunity for himself. You know, he took the chance. You know, he gambled on himself, and like I said, he probably went behind closed doors, had a meeting with Vince, and said, "Look, Vince, I got this idea. It's called the Firefly Funhouse. I know you're probably thinking that's the wackiest shit I've ever heard in my life, but I'm telling you, if you give me a chance and trust me and let me put my own personal flavor behind this concept that I have, I guarantee you not only will it get tremendously over, but it's going to make this company a whole lot of money and it will be the hottest character on your roster, period."
Word.
And look what happened.
Yeah, I mean it happened, but like that, I think this is what it is. I'm gonna just freestyle. I'm gonna freestyle off the head if it's not the point that I had, because I already know like them shits, they're in one ear
and they come out the other,
then go out the other. But okay, I'm gonna just say it like this: AEW live Wednesday night on TNT. AEW Dynamite.
Yep.
As far as the plane of professional wrestling that we get to watch free on cable television weekly, we have the first match, Sammy Guevara versus Cody, and we even get to see Pac versus Adam Page. Yeah. So my thing is, what kind of an impact do you think that they are going? That wasn't a question, but it is a good question. As far as the impact, like I saw how NXT came in strong. They came in that strong because they knew that next week is happening with AEW.
Yep.
Now we have TNA.
Yep.
Putting their names in the hat.
Yep.
What do you think that AEW has to do in order to really wow people? Because the fucked up thing that people don't understand is WWE, TNA, and even knowing that they haven't done it yet, but they're going to NXT and doing it before, already puts like a bullseye on AEW, and all truthfully kind of helps boost their ratings, because if you look up NXT, you know why they even have that.
Yep.
So what does AEW do in order to separate themselves from the pack and truthfully to say that we're here?
Well, the first part of that answer is, I'm going to take you back. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 podcasts ago, and I think you asked me a similar question like this, and I'm going to tell you what I told you then. It's the presentation. Remember back when I was telling you about visual presentation, and I don't even think we were talking about AEW Dynamite back then. I think we were talking about being.
We didn't even
elite.
know the name.
Yeah, we didn't even know the name. So we were talking about being the elite, and just even with that whole platform right there, it's visual presentation. That's what it's all going to come down to. But not only just presentation in the production part of it, but most importantly, the presentation inside of those ropes in that 20 by 20 foot ring.
Yeah, the fucking
that's what's going to make the real impact, and that's what's going to make that statement loud and clear of like, okay, a new kid is on the block, a new generation is coming up, and we are wrestling in the 21st century in All Elite Wrestling. And I think a very good advantage that AEW is going to have over the NXTs and, the Impacts of the world is the fact that, as I was saying earlier, nobody knows who these performers are, at least to the casual mainstream fan. Nobody knows who these extraordinary performers are.
But one thing that I will say, to cut you off real quick, you were right as far as having the crown champion as a Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
why did we not get on that at all?
Because of the fact
we talk about everything.
No. I think the thing of it is because I believe we already established that, just for the sake of, I'm not going to say getting your foot in the door, but just for the sake of getting people's attention and basically getting the bait out there. Basically throwing the bait out there.
Yeah, keeping attention.
Yeah, keeping the attention and throwing the bait out there and reeling those casual fans in that haven't watched wrestling in 20 some odd years. I think that was the reason why you put the AEW championship on Jericho. And then you got to think about this too, AG. Like, Jericho is the man that can get the AEW championship over.
Yeah.
That can bring.
He lost the bitch. He lost it, and it went viral. You remember that?
He did. And
he lost it, and it went viral.
That is the magic.
Yeah.
That is the magic.
Smart.
That is the magic of a Chris Jericho. To know that he just straight up lost the top belt, or the only belt right now.
He's a genius
in All Elite Wrestling. But the fact that he could take that situation and turn it into kind of like a work shoot storyline type of deal for like a few days or.
Hey, but real quick though, do you think that he lost the belt, or do you think that that was kind of a strategic move just to make kind of to legitimize the belt as where's this belt at?
he was drunk. He was drunk, and he was going out to dinner at Longhorn,
At a Longhorn.
and he left the fucking belt in the limo because he did not think about taking the belt into
So
the
that was
restaurant.
real.
That was real.
But my thing, oh yeah, I guess so, because I know he. Oh, word. So yeah.
But going back to what you were
I thought
saying,
it
I
was
want to.
fake. I thought it was fake. I thought that was just
No,
a straight
that
up
was
shoot, or not
that
a
was
straight up fucking work. To be honest.
yeah, that was legitimate. He just turned it into a work shoot. But
Mhm.
going back to your point and finishing what I was saying about AEW making a statement, amongst the NXTs and the Impacts is it's all about the presentation, and like I said, being that the casual mainstream fan has no idea, other than of course Cody, the Bucks, Omega, and Paige, of who these other performers are. I
Mhm.
think number one, that's a motivating factor to the performers that have yet to have their names known by the casual mainstream fans that are going to watch on Wednesday. And on top of that, that puts a huge chip on their shoulder for them to go out and have a performance of a lifetime and make that first impression, and force people to not only watch but force people to say, okay, this is the new wave of professional wrestling. Like,
Yeah.
we've seen what NXT is all about. We've seen what Raw and SmackDown is all about. Hell, we've even seen what Impact is about. But to know that a Sammy Guevara, a Maxwell Jacob Friedman, a Brandon Cutler, a Nyla Rose, a Riho, a Helico,
The
and
only name that I will
Jack
take out of
Evans.
that is Brandon Cutler. He is not a great wrestler. I don't like that guy. And I know he has a good story, but fuck Brandon Cutler. Like, I understand what they're doing with it, but he's not good.
I mean, I didn't say that. I didn't say that to say.
I know. No, you're talking about as far as like situational, like as far as like
Yeah.
but my thing though, I just don't like that guy.
No, I kind of,
but I love the fact that he gets the chance.
Right.
That's I love the dude himself. Like, he's cool as shit. Cool, but like as far as wrestler, like you don't even have a gimmick.
But see,
like, you don't even have your gimmick is a YouTube character.
No, but see, that's the thing about it though. You just basically hit the nail right on the wood.
Yeah.
In saying that it's a chance. It's an opportunity for everybody
a real
to go out there and show what they have and prove, why, they are the stars of the future for All Elite Wrestling. Mm-hmm. And then you've got Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks and Adam, Hangman Page, Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, and Pac, just to basically cover up that back end. But the front end of that whole entire thing is going to be,
the woman-hating wrestling fan, Rio. I think Rio is going to be a superstar. I think that she's going to do everything that Kairi Sane should be doing in the WWE in a tag team.
That's a tag team. That's a bold statement right there. That's a bold statement.
Rio's dope.
No, she is. No,
Kairi Sane isn't allowed to cook at all because she's in a tag team.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah, that's what it's come down to. Her and Asuka, two of the best, two of the most talented female performers in WWE.
To be top 5,
are chasing after a youthless, ridiculous looking belt that looks like something from the $1 Million Man's garage sale. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's come down to with those two. But the thing of it is, man, it's all about the presentation. It's all about the performance. And I think as long as they come out on Wednesday and, have a very good performance, regardless of who wins or who loses, and they establish emotionally investive storylines that are really going to catch people's attention week after week, I think that's going to be the statement that AEW can make in saying, like, okay, we are wrestling for the millennial. We are the wrestling of this era.
I have 2 more questions for you though.
Okay.
For one, like 2 more and we'll end it. One, when, truthfully, who and when, I say when and who will sign Will Ospreay for one, or will he just stay in Japan? And two, I forget my second question. When and who is going to sign Will Ospreay? And then after that, I'm gonna think of my other question. If I don't remember it, it's cool, and I'll be done.
Right.
But Will who's going to sign him? Because he's Ricochet. He's Ricochet, but a different look.
Wow. You want a way to make the bold statements when we're about to come towards the end of the broadcast.
Yeah. But because my thing is, they made it clear. Kenny Omega made it clear on Being the Elite that he's not going. He's not leaving. You know what I'm saying? Because that was my whole thing in my back. I'm like, I don't trust. I'm like, okay, Kenny Omega, shoot, yeah, I'm fucking elite. I'm AEW. If WWE give you shoot you the right number, will you do it? Kenny Omega's made it clear that nope, I'm riding or dying with AEW.
Yeah.
But my thing though, Will Ospreay is the last of the Mohicks.
Yeah, in Japan, right?
Yeah. I would put the white guys in Japan, truthfully. Like, they're not gonna sign the Japanese guy and make them the fucking head boss in charge. We saw what we did with Nakamura. Right. But like, Will Ospreay could go anywhere he wants, I think.
Yeah, and that's actually what I was gonna say.
So
yeah, I mean, but
that's where, or is he gonna stay in New Japan Pro Wrestling?
Well, I was just gonna say, I think you kind of already answered it for me. I think he has his options. I mean, because you could pretty much put Will Ospreay in either company, whether it's WWE, Impact, or AEW, and the result would still be the same. Because the thing of it is,
my head, yeah, go ahead.
Because the thing of it is, like, he's the total package. I mean, he's got the image. He's got the wrestling ability. He's a damn good promo too. I think that's the most underrated thing about him.
Yeah,
and the thing of it is too
and he's funny in ring. Like when he's working and he's doing moves and like in between.
And he could work against any caliber of opponent.
Yeah, he's good.
He could work with any caliber opponent. Like you could put him in there with AEW's top stars, WWE's top stars.
Blow him out the water.
And Impact's top stars.
Him and the only person that could actually hang with him tit for tat would be Ricochet. Seth Rollins will be fucked. Seth Rollins will be fucked. If Seth Rollins had to fucking have a match with fucking Will Ospreay, he's fucked. Like
I would say Buddy Murphy is a slight dark.
Buddy Murphy probably could, but it has to be more of a fucking strong style, kind of more stiff, like striking match in between. And truthfully, Sammy Guevara could probably work with him. Sammy Guevara is the most underrated wrestler in wrestling, period.
Yeah,
I think so.
And the thing of it is, I haven't seen that much of Sammy Guevara, but these past couple of AEW shows, Sammy Guevara has really showed me something. And I really believe
I've been watching Sammy Guevara for probably 7-8 years, just for the fact that he's done a vlog on YouTube.
Well, damn, AG.
Yeah.
Why you ain't tell nobody? I'm sitting up here thinking
we just started the pod. We just started the pod about it. I ain't gonna say a year ago, but you know what I'm saying? We just started the pod.
But I mean, we got Facebook Messenger and shit, man. We be chatting like outside of dear Vince, and you can't tell me that the Sammy Guevara, man, you could have put me up on some vital information on this kid. And you've been holding out on me. I'm thinking you don't know who the hell he is.
What about Flip Gordon?
I know a lot about that guy.
He fire as fuck. He ain't even in the AEW.
Well, I think he's content where he is. I think
he's in TNT.
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor, yeah.
Boy, what a dumpster fire that is right now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but he'll be in AEW in a year because he has a good relationship with Cody. But
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, like what? Damn. Okay. Will Ospreay, where's he going?
If I just had to take my pick of where Will Ospreay would go, if he wanted to go somewhere, it sounds obvious, but I think you were right. Like AEW, I think would be the best suitable place for Will Ospreay. And the reason why I say
WWE? You don't think WWE? I think
the reason why
he has so many friends in WWE. He's cool with Buddy Murphy. He's cool with fucking. He's best friends with damn Ricochet.
Yeah,
and you already know that we need that fucking 5-star match for a WWE event.
You're right, but here's the thing, though. WWE lacks the one thing that Will Ospreay desires.
Creative,
even more than that, to be himself. Now we damn well know. Now come on, Aaron Gordon. You and me both know, as we both sit here on this broadcast live on YouTube, we both know if Will Ospreay, I'm not talking about NXT, I'm talking about he goes to the main roster. We know that Vince McMahon will not let Will Ospreay be Will Ospreay. Matter of fact, he won't even be Will Ospreay. They'll give him some type of ridiculous name like Alexander Sterling or some shit like that.
Willie,
yeah, Will I Am or some crap like that. I mean, come on, we know Will Ospreay won't get a chance to be himself if he goes to WWE.
Yeah,
come on,
it's weird.
Like AEW, that's got his name written all over it and in between too. Like what? Yeah. You talking about Will Ospreay versus Pac?
Oh yeah, that'd be fucking crazy.
Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega? Yeah. Will Ospreay versus Sammy Guevara? Huh?
That'd be fun.
Come on,
Sammy. Like truthfully, like to be honest, like Sammy Guevara is like my sleeper. I think Sammy Guevara is gonna end up being like the man, to be honest. But
hey, I can see it.
Yeah, with everything,
we'll see how he looks against Cody.
Yeah,
we'll see how.
But the one thing that's crazy that kind of pisses me off is like Cody's not gonna lose to him because he already has a fucking title shot versus Jericho in is it Washington or some shit?
Yeah, that's where the first episode of Dynamite is going to be, in Washington. But he's facing Jericho at Full Gear in Baltimore.
Full Gear. Yeah, so it's like, But my thing, but that's they're trying to say if Sammy Guevara wins, it's gonna switch up. So they're gonna try to keep the integrity of the whole wins and losses matter. So
you know what? If you ask me what the finish of that match could be, if I just had a hunch, I think it's going to be just a skin of your no, I was gonna say it's gonna be a skin of his teeth type win.
Oh yeah,
like he'll like I don't even. I'll be so.
He gave Darby Allin one. Why wouldn't he give fucking Sammy Guevara one? Like, or him and Darby Allin went to a damn draw.
A time limit draw.
Yeah.
But I don't even think I'll even go so far as to say I don't think Cody will beat Guevara with the Crossroads. I think Guevara will kick out of Crossroads. I'm going to say that right here and now on the Dear Vince podcast. I think Sammy Guevara is going to kick out of the Crossroads, and that is going to blow
if Cody
the roof off that place.
If Cody allows that, he is not one of the main dudes. You can't let Sammy Guevara kick out of the Crossroads. But truthfully, it would build him, to be honest. But
no, the reason why I say that is, okay, let me rephrase. He will kick out of the Crossroads the first time. To put Sammy over strong.
I'm talking about
it's gonna take 2 Crossroads to put Sammy Guevara down. If he is indeed going over on Sammy. Yeah. And I believe Sammy Guevara is gonna get a couple of like nail biting near falls on Cody. I don't know what the hell his finishing move is, but he's gonna hit that bitch on Cody, and they're gonna tease the hell out of us and make us believe that he's really gonna upset this guy in the first match of AEW Dynamite. I'm telling you, that match is going to be suspenseful. And a lot of people are not talking about that match.
You know what else is crazy though? Just for how they're building it up and how they branded AEW, they may just have fucking Sammy Guevara fucking beat him clean. And then he gets the title shot. Like maybe they're still, or maybe Cody and Jericho isn't even a title shot. Because my thing though with Sammy Guevara, he's like the young dude that says, I'm the greatest ever. I'm going to be the best ever. like you never know with these AEW niggas. Like it is what it is, man.
But see, that's the beautiful part about it, though. We don't know.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful part about it. It's unpredictable. That's how a professional wrestling match is supposed to be. It's supposed to be unpredictable. We're not supposed to sit up here and say, well, Aaron, we know who's going over here. But see, even with you even throwing in the suspense of Sammy Guevara beating Cody Rhodes on the first ever edition of AEW Dynamite, like that alone gets me excited because it can happen.
Yeah, because it could. Yeah.
I mean, let's look at it like this. Another perfect example. Let's go back to All Out. Who the hell saw Pac submitting Kenny Omega and rendering him unconscious?
Hey,
we didn't see that coming.
I have the absolute best ending for this party. Ooh. I'm angry that Rio is wrestling versus a guy.
Oh, here we go.
We're done with
Here we go.
We're done. It's
boy.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
If you watch my Fallon Fox videos, fuck out of here. No.
Oh. Well, we're not gonna. Well, we're not gonna. We're
gonna do a special on that. We could do that shit tomorrow, to be honest. Because my thing, I have a lot of different things on that. It's just like,
well, we're not gonna touch that pot right now because I could tell that pot is boiling over right now.
Oh God, Rio was like 60 pounds, bro.
60 I know.
Pounds. Like that.
I know.
That would be one.
The heat is already boiling right now, AG. Like I'm just telling you.
Yeah,
you've already set the timer on that bitch. Like the more you talk about it, the more the heat's just gonna boil. I'm just saying.
Tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and get on that shit. Either it's gonna be a video or maybe do a live. It is. I'm gonna definitely weigh in on the first AEW.
I'm just gonna. All you
gotta do is listen.
That's exactly what I'm gonna say. I am just going to be the listening ear, ladies and gentlemen, because I am not going to touch that pot. Because like I said, that's got a lot of heat coming out of that, a lot of steam. And I'm not gonna have no LGTB people coming after me. I'll let him take that bullet for me.
Jim Cornette, where you at, man?
Shout out to Jim Cornette though. That is my guy. I still listen to The Experience too, Jim. I'm just letting you know.
I'm going to go in on this inaugural.
But this would be your guy right here, Jim.
Yeah,
this would be your guy.
No, even Jim or not. But my thing though, we're gonna go on an inaugural women's title for a credible wrestling promotion with one of the most beautiful men's belts of all time. They kind of didn't spare as much expense on the women's one.
No, but still looks good though.
Yeah, still looks good, but we have 65 pounds. My daughter's 110 pounds and she's like skinny as hell and beautiful as shit. A 65 to 70 pound Japanese girl taking on Nyla Rose. Is it Nyla? Nyla Rose. I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay.
All right. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to turn the stove off right now and we're going to reheat the pot tomorrow. And I'm just going to let him That's
it, though. What we talking about? Only that. I'm a rant. I'm going to get off.
I'm just going to let him like engulf all of that heat from that pot. Because that is no heat that I want.
No heat. Like I'm not even angry at heat.
Oh, no, dude. You're going to get heat. Because I know what you're thinking. And I know what you want to say about Nyla Rose.
Belt.
I know, but I know what you want to say about Nyla Rose. I know what you want. That's why I said I'm going to let you engulf that heat because I'm not. I'm going to be the good guy in this situation. You can be the heel. I'm going to be the baby. I'm going to be the baby face in this in this situation. And I'm just gonna say, Nyla Rose, Riho, I wish you all a great match. Nyla Rose, I accept you just for who you are, even though you were made up a little different. That's okay. I accept you just the way you are. But my partner over here, he obviously has a problem. So I'm gonna let him be, the biggest. I'm gonna let him be the world's most.
It's just gonna be funny.
I'm gonna
go in. Fuck the video I was gonna do. We're gonna go live. Let's go. It is what it is.
I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna let him be the heat seeker, and I'm just gonna be the air that kind of just cools down the heat that he's gonna get. I hope he's ready. I hope he's ready for this.
No,
because the amount of
I've already tweeted shit. I'm good.
Because I'm telling you, man, these people are gonna be on your ass. These LGBT people.
Look up Fallon Fox on YouTube. My videos are like 700,000, like more than 500,000 plays.
And that's probably
real shit.
And that's probably most of the people that are gonna come after you after this video. And the worst thing about it is, ladies and gentlemen, he's gonna have me on here while he completely rips into poor Nyla Rose.
I was more angry at the Fallon Fox thing because it's actual fighting. This is kind of, truthfully, scripted, kayfabe, whatever. But
I mean, hey, everybody deserves a chance, right?
No, listen.
Everybody deserves a chance.
You're crowning your first women's champion.
But she's the beast, though, man. She's a beastly looking woman.
All right, man. It is what it is. It is what it ain't what it's gonna be. This has been episode 16, a special episode of the Dear Vince podcast. We went a bit over 2 hours.
We live, but the bottom line is we live.
Yeah, we are live in video next week.
Yeah,
we are gonna promote this bitch.
Not only next week, but permanently now.
Yeah,
no more phone.
Yeah, this is the only way we're gonna do it. This is the only way we're gonna do it unless we do it in studio to where we'll have boom. It is what it is, but this is the only way.
Right. So you can see both of us now. So you have no excuse not to tune in, number one, and number two, not to tell your friends and your other friends about the Dear Vince podcast, because this is it. This is the route that we're going. We've upgraded. We're taking off now. So deal with it. So
we're here. Dear Vince, damn it. Dear Vince podcast, episode 16. We are done. Who are you?
Who are you?
If I would have burped right there, I would have thrown it. Holy shit. Let's see how long it goes off. Like, look. Oh, that shit.